Hello everyone. Today we present to you the top 10 RPG games released on mobile. Before watching the video, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video. Darkness Rises, an online game with a size of 1.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Darkness Rises is a third-person action RPG set in a fantasy universe, where you can choose from 4 different characters to start the adventure with. You can choose between a warrior, berserker, wizard and assassin. Plus, after the tutorial, you can use a powerful editor to customize your character down to the littlest detail. The gameplay in Darkness Rises is very similar to other titles in the genre. On the left side of the screen, you have the virtual movement stick, while on the right you'll find the many action buttons. At times, you can even complete spectacular finishers against some specific enemies. Before jumping into battle, you can customize your hero in a lot of different ways. Not only can you equip him with new weapons and armor, but you can also unlock new abilities to give your character. Both the abilities and the equipment can also be leveled up with the gold you earn. Darkness Rises is an excellent ARPG that offers a fun and original game experience. The graphics are also truly amazing, with tons of enemies on the screen at the same time, and some, like the dragons, are especially impressive.
There are too many of them!
Animus Harbinger Unpacked, an offline game with a size of 750 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Animus Harbinger Unpacked APK is an action role-playing game with a very realistic and exquisite picture. The game system is very distinctive. The protagonist will go back to the past, use the weapons in your hands to meet the challenge, become the strongest warrior and become the hero of mankind. There will be a lot of blocking on the way. According to the story, your character goes back in time with a number of missions to destroy the villain, to protect the inhabitants of Cadmium, and bring back the lost artifact. The overall project is a worthy role-playing game with excellent graphics, plenty of quests, intricate plot and well-developed control, so all fans of this genre will appreciate the Animus Harbinger Unpacked.
Never trust someone too easily.
Pascal's Wager, an online game with a size of 2.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. An unprecedented hardcore Soulsborne-like title on mobile, Pascal's Wager delivers an immersive, action-fueled console-quality game to be experienced anytime and anywhere. Pascal's Wager is a dark fantasy-style action role-playing game in which players take on the roles of 4 diverse characters who embark on an adventure in a world shrouded in a dark mist looking for the truth behind the light. Players will be traveling through the mysterious lands of Solas, visiting a variety of incredibly detailed locales, all the while exploring the dangerous environments surrounding them. Each location is full of incredible secrets, hidden mysteries and interesting stories, creating an immersive experience to get lost in. With a multi-layered approach to the world, they provide a sense of adventure as you wander around Solas in search of the truth. The game has a great story and an epic soundtrack and supports the controller. I highly recommend you to download it.
That's not a good sign.
Lineage W, an online game with a size of 1.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Lineage W is an MMORPG that immerses you in the same universe as the classic Lineage game, but now with a new story. This plot, which includes plenty of fantastical elements, places you a century and a half after the first installment's timeline. Lineage W has some pretty spectacular 3D graphics shown from a bird's eye view. Select one of the available roles to play as a knight, mage, or fairy, each of which has a unique set of skills that you can develop as you play. One of the key aspects of Lineage W is its easy-to-manage controls, which are perfectly adapted to touch screens. If you choose manual controls, on the other hand, you'll find a virtual D-pad on the left side of the screen which you can use to move around the map. On the right, you'll see the usual action buttons for attacks that you can use to wreak havoc in every battle. The combat system in this game has been completely refreshed. You can even team up with players from all over the world for extra support. Likewise, with NCSOFT, you can choose a cross-platform option to access the same game from PCs and smartphones. Lineage W has all your favorite elements from this beloved series. Exploring Aiden almost 150 years after the first installment's timeline is a huge incentive for anyone who's a fan of this spectacular MMORPG.
What on earth?
Oceanhorn 2, an offline game with a size of 2.8 gigabytes, available on iPhone only. Oceanhorn 2 Knights of the Lost Realm, set 1,000 years before the events of the first chapter, takes you on a magical journey across the vast world of Gaia, brimming with mythology and lore. A young knight faces an impossible challenge. As Warlock Mesmeroth has returned with a formidable dark army, will our hero be able to unite the Auras, Gilfolk, and men in a fight for the fate of the world? You will not be taking this journey alone. Trin, the granddaughter of Arcadia's leader Archimedes, and Jen, a mysterious robot wielding an old samurai weapon, will join forces with you, and fight at your side against Mesmeroth's dark army. Contextual commands will allow you to direct these allies into battle, or have them help you with the solution of the game's most clever puzzles. Bigger, better, and packed with new features, Oceanhorn 2 is not only one of the best-looking adventure games out there, but it also builds a unique experience on the shoulder of classic video games. Collect powerful items, wield the caster gun, solve the mysterious puzzles of the ancients, and discover all that Arcadia and its neighboring kingdoms have to offer. Accept the challenge and become a true hero.
Trin! You have lived during the time of peace. It wasn't that long ago when we fought in the dire folk war.
Hey everybody, I'm here to talk about Pocket Mortys. It's a fun game for the
Pocket Mortys, an offline game with a size of 100 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Pocket Mortys is a role-playing game that's obviously inspired by Pokemon. Here, you play Rick, who has to capture all the Mortys in different parallel universes. Of course, to capture a Morty you first have to fight against it and weaken it. The combat system in Pocket Mortys is just like in Pokemon. This means it's a turn-based system that lets you use different Mortys with different kinds of abilities. The gameplay is pretty intuitive. Rock-type Mortys are stronger against scissor types, and these are stronger against paper types, which in turn are strong against the rock types. Overall, there are more than 70 different Mortys. Almost all of them have fun independent animations. As your Mortys engage in combat and earn experience, they level up and grow. Pocket Mortys is an outstanding RPG and a perfect example of what a free-to-play game should be. It's a must-have for fans of the Rick and Morty series, or of the Pokemon video games. Actually, it's essential for anyone who just likes good games.
We gotta win this one, Morty.
I'm doing the best I can!
All right, Morty!
Tower Hunter Urza's Trial, an offline game with a size of 400 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Tower Hunter Urza's Trial is a classic roguelike side-scrolling action game. From the first-person perspective of heroine Urza, players will lift the veil of an adventure story. Urza signed a contract with the devil since childhood and she gained the ability to be reborn. Thanks to this ability, Urza was able to head off a danger when skating on thin ice and explore the unknown world in the tower. There is a harsh punishment for death in this game. After Urza dies, she will be sent back to the initial location by the devil's magic of time and space. Same as other games, Urza can also be revived on the spot with rare props. In the endless challenges, Urza will collect precious materials and treasures and become stronger and stronger.
Avatar Reckoning, an online game with a size of 1 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Avatar Reckoning is an MMORPG where you embark on a trip across space to Pandora, ready to dive into a game based on this saga by James Cameron. On this fictional planet, you'll meet the Na'vi, an alien species facing multiple threats. As you play, you'll get to experience iconic scenes from one of the highest-grossing franchises in film history. Avatar Reckoning offers spectacular animation and 3D graphics developed with Unreal Engine 4 technology. Bear in mind that the demands of this engine require a powerful smartphone for the game to run smoothly. That said, this realism makes the game so incredibly immersive. Before you begin, you can customize your Na'vi character. Once you've completed this step, you can start exploring Pandora and go on adventures. But be careful, because as you discover new areas of the map, you'll also encounter enemies and enter into intense fights. Avatar Reckoning immerses you in the Avatar universe, where you can go on new adventures in which the Na'vi, humans, and monsters face each other in ruthless battles. Use your weapons to your advantage as you complete missions and make your way through each area of Pandora. When all is said and done, the survival of this alien species is in your hands. Dynasty Warriors, a 3 GB multiplayer game, available on Android and iPhone. A famous action, fighting and RPG game. The events of the game are about the Three Kingdoms period in the ancient state of China. You must choose your character and fight within the game. You have special weapons and skills. The nice thing about the game is that you can combine fighting icons to make different attacks. And you can notice it through the map of the icons under the screen. There are many stages and levels, and a lot of warriors to switch between them. In the end, you will see the game has high graphics and a fun fighting style.
This world is out of balance.
Jade Empire, an offline game with a size of 3.6 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Jade Empire Special Edition is an award-winning action RPG from the makers of Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Experience a unique combination of fast-paced martial arts action with a gripping, character-driven story set in a mythical land. Each decision builds your reputation, changing the course of interactions with other characters and followers. Take the role of a master of martial arts, and recruit followers to your cause in an interactive, living world. Embark on an epic journey with fascinating characters across a graphically beautiful, fantastic new world inspired by the myths and legends of ancient China. Sinister events upset the peaceful harmony of an isolated martial arts school, drawing you into a story that unfolds with drama, action, and adventure. Detailed followers and other non-player characters enrich the adventure by providing comic relief, rivalries, flirtations, and hostility. Stare in awe at the sweeping views of the lush environments, sheer vertical drops, and overpowering scale that provide the visual backdrop to the story. Confront wild outlaws, evil magicians, demonic incarnations, and other foul villains that protect the Jade Empire's darkest secrets.